Right, here we are, Grampa Fatty and Bear. And the Grampa Fatty and Bear special, Dave the Rave Roving Rock Adventure. We're going away from Kilmory Hall because we're going down the Fairy Glen. And we're going to walk fast today, so Grampa Fatty's not waiting. Actually, he's been instructed not to wait for me.
I follow the instructions.
He does.
Clearly and decisively.
And decisively, because it's 12 o'clock and we're going to go to the Black Cave. But he's got to be home by 3 o'clock or he'll be in big trouble with Fran. So that means we've got to turn round at 1:30. And we can only go now because low tide at Black Cave is just after 2:30. So we're going to be getting there an hour before low tide, and you can only get into the cave when it is low tide because it's a tidal cave. Yes, the bear. There's a bear. The bear's got his energy.
What am I doing here? I was here this morning.
Eh?
He's asking what he's doing here. He was here this morning.
He was here this morning. He's back again. And I'll tell you one other thing. In this lovely little walk here, all I can smell is wild garlic.
Yeah, I know.
Amazing. We've got these flowers going all the way along the sides. Bluebells. What do you call those pink flowers? Don't forget me.
St. John's wort ones, are they?
St. John's wort.
I don't know.
There's Bear. There's Bear. Galloping bear.
We could have had a go on the swing.
We could have had a go on the swing. Flowers everywhere. What a beautiful walk this is.
Flowers, isn't there?
This is your regular walk. I'm just concentrating on the flowers at the sides here because they're so amazing. And additionally, all I can hear is bees.
And birds.
And birds, that's right, you're right about that. And birds. Jump down this bit here. There we go. The bees won't bother you, they just buzz about up there. Come on, Bear! Here he comes. We'll follow Bear with the dog cam. Doggy dog cam.
Canine cam.
Canine cam. Oh, that's okay, come on, Bear. Come on. That's more of a galloping horse noise, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's from the westerns.
Or the William Tell Overture.
William Tell Overture. That's Bear's new song, William Tell Overture, for some crazy reason. Right, we're at a junction. That takes you back to Black Hotel.
Yep, that brings you out on the road just to go by the old post office.
Yes, where the old post office was. And we're going along here, and we're going to get very shortly to, is it Toylow Cairn? That's right, Toylow Cairn, isn't it? I'll turn the camera back on when we get there. Right, so actually we decided to keep talking even though we're not at the cairn yet. And I'm going to ask Ian, we've got to be back by 3 or he's utterly dead,
yep.
Right?
Yeah.
But what we're going to do if we're at 1:30 and we're not quite at the cave yet, what's going to happen, Grampa Fatty?
Decisions have to be made.
Decisions will
Life
have
or death decisions.
The life or death, possibly involving more death than life.
I would certainly think so, yes.
Because we won't be home in time for him. Well, he won't. I will be home.
You don't care, do you?
I'll be fine.
You'll just read about it tomorrow in the papers.
That's right. Grampa Fatty never made it to great Grampa Fatty, after all. Right, here's a nice
Grampa
little.
Fatty never made it to Saturday.
Never made it to Saturday, no, or dinner time. Little bench there. We're coming up to the cairn. Okay, so we've got to turn round at 1:30, but we're not going to turn round at 1:30. Is that the deal?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, and since we can't stop, there's the view.
I'll be texting Fran and telling her it's your fault.
It's my fault. And there's the cairn. We can't even stop to look at it because we're in such a desperate rush to save Grampa Fatty's life. Well, who's going to look after Bear? There's the. Right, we'll come back to that another time. Oh, this is a beautiful walk, isn't it?
Gorgeous. It's our walk. This is mine and Bear.
Yep. You're very lucky to have this on your doorstep, no question.
Absolutely no doubt whatsoever about that.
I've got my sun hat on, by the way, in the hope that we're going to get some sunshine.
I've got the sunglasses on my head. That's as close as it's going to get, I think.
Well, it doesn't really matter. Right, through the wee stile.
That's not a style, Dave, that's a kissing gate.
The kissing gate, which I got to quite sharply in that case.
Yes, quite right too. You didn't have much to fear.
I always call it a stile if I'm with a bloke.
Watch out for the bear, he's going to chase rabbits now.
Oh, is he going to chase rapidly? Right, okay.
If he sees any. He'll not get anywhere near him.
Oh yeah, if he sees any rabbits, yeah.
He'll not get anywhere near him, and he'll stop about 20 yards from him and stare at him.
So talking about Fran's tea room's been open for about a month now.
Yeah, 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
6 weeks, 8 weeks at Sannox Golf Club, yep. Sannox and Corrie Golf Club. Yep. And how's she getting on?
Alright, she's enjoying it again.
Yeah, she's enjoying it. And she's quite busy?
A lot of days, yeah. Some days it's too quiet, but
yeah,
she'll only tell you that when it's quiet.
Well, I suppose the season's just getting underway, really. Yeah. I know the coffee pot in White Bay isn't opened yet. Somebody was saying that in the forum this morning.
Not opened yet, that? Bloody hell.
No, they were saying they were demanding to know why it wasn't open. I was just like, well,
why are you not open?
Why are you not open?
I demand a
serving
coffee.
Me coffee and cake. Well, I don't know if they're going to get the answer or not. Probably better asking people that actually own the place than the forum. But that's
so.
It's a bit like asking why we don't have such and such a ferry on the forum as well. Yeah. It's kind of like, why don't you ask the ferry people instead of the forum? But anyway, there we go.
I don't ask us because we won't know if it's about the ferry.
I mean, I don't know, we're last to know. We just we just sell tickets and make bookings and that'll do fine. Right, and we're almost at the beach.
Yep. Let's
have a look here. That didn't take long, did it?
No.
5, maybe 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, so we've not used much of our time. The tide will be going out, so that means the beach will be quite good. Because Kilmory's got a cracking beach, which most people don't know about, but we do.
You can't show that beach.
I'm not going to show the beach, but we're going to turn the camera off when we get to the beach, so nobody else knows about it.
We don't want anybody knowing about it.
Apart from you and Bear, and occasionally me.
Yeah.
And I often forget about it even when I'm not here. This Bear likes all the energy. Galloping dog. That's the best kind of dog. Right, we're at the beach. There we go. We're going to get some serious walking done now. You knew. Who knew? Bear knew. Right, here we are. We're walking away from the sandy beach now. We've been along the golden sandy beach. The tide's about 2/3 of the way out.
The golden sandy beach that doesn't exist except in our imagination.
That nobody knows about. Exactly. And now we're on the path. And the path is actually pretty good here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know, it gets worse.
It's like using calm, quiet and normal at work, Dave. We don't use them words.
It gets worse, I know that. But we have actually hoped that this path won't be too boggy because there's not been that much rain lately, and I think it's working out that way so far. It's not bad. It's like a... Well, what is it? Is it cattle that have been in here? Is it cow pats? Yeah. Anyway, it's working out alright. So the weather forecast I noticed for the next 3 days, the central belt of Scotland is the hottest in the whole of the UK.
Aye.
By miles, by several degrees, about 4 or 5 degrees. 23 degrees consistently for Friday, Saturday and Sunday, of which today's Friday. And I don't even know what happens after that. We're getting the hottest weather in the whole of Britain for the next few days. This is good. By the way, you can see this path's been wet before and it's not wet now.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing alright here. When we're just talking about ticks, we've got to watch out for them. I'll give my wee sister Mo a mention. She's cycling around Lewis and Harris at the moment, and she says yesterday, well, let's go around this bit, I think. She took 15 ticks off her body.
Jesus.
And the day before yesterday, I took one off my butt.
It's too much information.
I've had several. I've had 3 or 4 this week. She had 15 yesterday. So the ticks are out.
Yeah, well, I took one off. I took one off on my walk yesterday, but I was outside when I did it, so.
You were outside?
Yeah, it was on me.
Oh yeah, well, the other interesting thing is, I've had maybe like 3 or 4 I've said this week. Every one of them has died on me. They haven't grown. Now, I used to feed my dog, Sally Teeny's Westie, garlic because I heard that garlic was good for keeping ticks off you.
Yeah.
But I've actually read, since I've looked it up, that actually it's really, like, they properly dislike garlic. It's not good. It is definitely a good thing to keep them off. So I'm thinking maybe the garlic's killing them.
Yeah, could be.
Like they bite me, they get infested with garlic, and that's that. Because I do actually, and that's probably, you can say it's a flaw, but I eat a fair bit of garlic. I put it in my soup all the time and I have soup every day.
Garlic's good for you.
It's good for you. Very good for you. Oh, that brings me to a happy story from yesterday, right?
Oh, happy story.
Happy story. Amazing. I was at the desk. I served this guy, a fella, and he's older than me, we'll say that, right? So 10 years plus older than me. And he says, it's a bit windy, hopefully people can hear us. It's just the phone camera I've got. He says, I owe you a massive debt of gratitude, David. The rave, of course. And I said, how's that? He says, because you spoke to me a number of months ago now. I told you about my arthritis. He showed me his hands, you know, he says, all riddled with it, and like kind of like not working properly and stuff. I went to the doctor told me I was stuck with it was there for life. By the way, this is no comment on doctors who, you know, obviously everybody does their best. And they're not gods, you know what I mean?
No,
so,
I know.
You know, right, you know, same as everybody.
I'll always comment about that off camera.
Well, somebody, in any case, the doctor said, and probably 99% of the time he's right, you're daft, right? Your arthritis is there. I says, well, I've had arthritis ever since I worked in the co-op and my knees, and it was severe, you know.
Yeah. And
because I like to run, I've always concentrated a lot on finding out how to control it. I thought I needed new knees about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Altogether, couldn't sleep. And diet, I said, and in particular turmeric, but also black pepper, garlic, ginger, these things. Yeah. But the very best one is turmeric. And also if you heat it up, put it in soup and curries and things, and also have it with black pepper is the thing. That makes it even better. But anyway, get some turmeric in your diet. I never remembered this conversation I had with him, because it was whatever number of months ago. He says, look at my hands. 100% fine, cured. The arthritis is gone. I've been taking turmeric every day, the whole time. Yeah. I bought special supplements for it. I've concentrated on it since you gave me that advice. The arthritis has gone. He says, I can't thank you enough. And that's the only thing that I've done. And it's the power of food. Yeah. Isn't that a happy story?
It's a very happy story.
I know, well, I'm not saying the name of somebody because it could be their own private information, but yeah. They probably don't care, but I won't say anyway. But
I will say, and I'll say it to anybody, the planet gave us everything that we need surrounding us.
Natural.
You buy a nettle, what do? You have a dock leaf on it which grows next to the nettles. Everything's there.
Everything's there.
Need is there.
Yep.
Except for what we have started putting into ourselves, which is causing problems with us health.
Yeah, artificial things.
Yeah.
And that is completely natural. Have we got bear?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Right behind me.
It's the same with painkillers. I know there's a purpose behind them, okay, you know, we're grateful for them. But the painkillers, what they do, they don't help heal anything. They actually do the opposite.
They mask the pain.
They mask the pain, but they cut off the supply of healing nutrients to that part of the body. The opposite of turmeric and ginger and these things, which go into it, reduce inflammation and allow the healing to take place. So that was a great story, but I mean, a remarkable turnaround. I wouldn't have predicted something as, you know, as astonishing as that, but isn't that a great story?
Fantastic story.
Yeah, that's a good one. The power of food.
Yeah, well, you've said it yourself, diet is so important.
Yep.
And exercise, you've got to keep yourself going.
It's the one thing I know about Grampa Fatty. The one thing, we'll put diet and exercise as one thing. Yeah. I don't know anything about anything else.
But it's the only thing you can control.
Yes, that's right.
Getting out and about, that's my most important thing, because stimulates whatever's in my head.
Yep.
And that gets rid of a lot of shit that goes through my brain.
That's right. And, you know, you get to think it through when you're out walking or talking and stuff. But also, a healthy body, a brain is going to have a better chance of being healthy if it's being looked after by a healthy body, isn't it?
Exactly.
It needs to be a healthy body. An unhealthy body is not going to have much of a chance.
No, it doesn't move. No,
it needs to move. Oh, we're getting lucky here, Ian. This is definitely boggy. This is all reeds everywhere. Like what do you call them? I don't know.
Reeds.
Reeds. Okay, I'm going with this. And you can see this has been a boggy hell path, but we're getting away with it. We're making good progress, Grampa Fatty.
Yep.
Thank goodness. Right, since I'm still talking, I'll just keep talking.
Keep talking.
I'll tell you a funny story.
We'll be the judge of that.
Oh, look at this. This is the first boggy bit. We're going round on the right. Right, well, you just follow me. Because if I fall in a massive hole and die...
Yeah, I'm standing on your head.
You can turn round and still get back for 1:30 with Fran. Okay, that wasn't good, but still, we didn't lose any shoes. Try that. Stepping stones. Kind of thinking there might be a better way round than this, but is Bear alright?
He's right behind you.
Okay. This is quite bad. The camera's going to go off because we're going to have to think about this bit a little bit. Well, that is stepping stones there. Okay, come on. I'm going for it. Right, this is a jump then onto that stone, right? Is that right?
Yeah, I think it looks like it.
Okay, I'm going to jump. And onto this one.
I'm just going to walk through it.
You walk through it. Well, that bit's solid. Okay, the rest of it is disastrous. I've been here before, I remember this. This is the boggy hill bit. Okay, we're just going to have to go through it. So, the moral of the story is, even when the path's dry, when you're just over halfway there, you're going to come across this little bit of swamp and then it goes back on the beach again. And I remember this bit from last time. I'm going to have to concentrate. I'll turn the camera off. Right, so here we are. We're actually at the very end bit. And this is the only bit that there really isn't a path. As you can see, it's a boulder field. And Grampa Fatty and Bear have gone up that way. I don't know which way to go. I've stopped to put the camera on, so I'm just going to go up the top way. But we're almost at the cave. I don't know if you can hear the waterfall. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to try and show you the waterfall. And I'll show you where the cave is. Just in that bit of rock there, in that rocky face. So this is difficult going, but it's not as difficult going as coming from Kildonan. Coming from Kildonan, you're going over a large boulder field. This is the only tricky bit. Coming from Kilmory. The rest of it's been a path the whole way, with the only thing to think about really being the fact that it's boggy in places. And there's Ian making his way back up towards me now. We'll join up in a second. And we have timed it right with the tide. There they come. It was a bit easier up here, I think. Is that alright? That's good. Right, so I'll just go under that big rock there. Yeah, so it's been a good path the whole way, really, just a bit boggy. But you might as well be aware that you have to walk over this kind of terrain at the end. Which doesn't require hands-on, it just requires a bit of concentration. I'm not holding on to anything. But I am concentrating because the stones sometimes are a bit loose under your foot. You don't want to take a header, there's one there. Okay, go back up to that grassy bit I think. See if I can get close to the waterfall. We're just about at half one, so we've kind of timed it just right, but without any spare leeway of margin of error. It's taken us an hour and a half. There we go. Right. Where's Grampa? Oh, there we are. There's Grampa Fatty Bear. Ian, there's a wee path up here. There's the waterfall. I have been here and taken a YouTube video of it before when it was in Spate, if you want to look that up. Just look up Black Cave, Dave the Rave. Dave the Rave at Black Cave on YouTube and it will come up. And I went right under that waterfall and filmed it when it was in Spate, and it was amazing. So that's worth a view if you can Google search that. But it's still a nice waterfall. There we go, there's Grampa Fatty and the Bear. Right, let's get to where the cave is. Beautiful flowers, look at that. Gorgeous. As usual, I don't know the names of them, I don't know very much. But I can appreciate things without knowing the names. And the little river to get over here. The tide's well out. I'm surprised how far out it is, being it's still got an hour left. It's nowhere near the cave door. Okay, another obstacle to manoeuvre across. A little river. It's Grampa Fatty and Bear have managed no problem. And so have I now, wasn't deep. Back on the stones again. The cave is just in front of Grampa Fatty now. I'm going to keep the camera on until we get there. You can see what it looks like as we approach it. Yeah, that is definitely tricky there. I'll need to put my hands on for that. Okay. Bear is a remarkably good mountain dog. To say that. He gets over all sorts of terrain, he manages it. Way better than I would have expected. Okay, that's that one. Over to there. We're just at the entrance now. Look at that. Look how high that is. If you're one to film Planet of the Apes, I think you'd probably come here.
You probably would.
And that's where the ape would live. Isn't it? Yeah. It's an absolutely massive entrance. And by the way, the tide, when we're here, let's go over these stones here. The tide's quite far out, so that was no problem. There's Plada. The nice thing is that Grampa Fatty's going in there just now, which means I get to show you the scale. That's the size. The opening, the top of the opening, there's my finger, there. And it goes right up there. And there. And there's Grampa Fatty and Bear. Absolutely massive. Without question, the biggest cave of Arran. Enormous. I'm just coming over. You what?
I've seen a few mountains open that are a bit bigger than that.
A bit, my mountains that are bigger. I'm just coming over. That's worth coming to see, isn't it? Yeah. It's magnificent. And last time I was in it, I actually smelled of fish as well, because of course the tide comes in here. And they reckon that nobody's ever been living in it. There's no sign of any life in the past in this cave. And there's where the tide is. So it could be, oh, we've got an hour till low tide. Probably another couple of hours till it come in.
Yeah.
Can you see the daylight at the top of the cave?
I can indeed.
That's the escape route. There's Bear. Oh, he's Bear. You made it to Black Cave, Bear. You made it. What a good dog you were. Oh yes. Let's play Licky Noses just to celebrate the Black Cave. So, Grampa Fatty, when was the last time you were at Black Cave?
About 3 seconds ago.
And before that?
I don't ever recall.
You don't think you've been here?
No. Might have been.
You've got to work at it a bit to get here.
Yeah. Well, that up there, that reminds me of something, but
What, the opening at the top?
Yeah.
I'm going to come round so we can see it. I do remember when I was here before it was kind of slippy but it seems dry just now. So that's the escape hatch up at the top there. It's too slopey and stony, isn't it? You wouldn't be able to... You can't get any flat surface here. There's nothing, there's nowhere to sleep if you were going to sleep in there. Is that seawater?
Yeah, we wouldn't drink it if it was. No, Bear. Don't know that. Yeah.
So that's what happens. The tide comes in here, and then if you got caught in here, well, I can't imagine how you would be. You just go inside, but you can get up right out the top, at the top there.
It'd have to be really high tide, I think, to get you really caught here.
Yeah. Well, at least there is a way out. You wouldn't want to be battered about in here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to find my way out.
Yes, all right, so that's right. So since we're sitting here, what time is it?
It is 25 past.
So we made it.
Yeah.
And we've got Ailsa Craig out there. I was telling you this is the biggest pendulum in the world or in Britain or something anywhere. Because in the winter, 12 o'clock, did I tell you this story?
Yeah, time.
The sun, which is up there just now, is much lower in the sky. It's above Ailsa Craig. Exactly at 12 o'clock, it goes above Ailsa Craig. Exactly at 12. With the times, the clock's changing in the winter. The sun goes down, hits the top of Ailsa Craig and comes straight in the door of the Black Cave in a straight line right across the sea. And that's how you know it's 12 o'clock. Amazing. A miracle. And I've been here when it did that. The first time I came here, that's exactly what happened, and I got a photo of it. So I know that that's correct. Russell Cheshire was telling me that. He used to live here. And amazing to see. It doesn't work in the summer because the clocks have changed and the sun's too high. Would it be 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock? That's the question. Yes, that's too much for our brains, isn't it?
Never o'clock.
Black Cave. Third time I've been here. But up until a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, first time I came, I'd never been here. You don't think you've ever been here? I don't think so. And I only came across it in some story, so I decided to try and see it.
Sort of ring a very distant bell, but it's probably a photograph I've seen.
You think photographs?
Way back.
Is that us turning round? You're just having another look round? I'll come with you. Get a look at the cave from a distance. So many massive boulders as well. It's very inhospitable with all these rocks everywhere, isn't it? Yeah. Tricky underfoot. And of course, just to the side there is the boulder field that you have to go over to get here from Kildonan, and that's not very funny. Come up. Oh, it's great. See, when it's, I was just saying, I was here last time when it was in spate. I came here deliberately when it had been raining hard. It was amazing. I don't know what the waterfall's called, although it will have a name, because that'll be a river from somewhere. But it is lovely. Beautiful, and you can stand right under it. There is a little path that goes round it, and you can go and stand right under that bottom part. See the whole of it. See the bottom part of it. That's only the top third of it. It goes much, much deeper than that. It falls all the way down to the very bottom, if you understand. I know it sounds corny, but it's true. It goes a lot further down than that. And there's the cave. It is. It's like prehistoric. One day it won't be there. It'll come crashing down, won't it? This tide will do its work. But not this day. There's Kildonan over there. You can see Kildonan in the distance. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just get my telescopic arm and see see if I can do it with that. The long arm of the law. There we go. Put it back down again. It's a bit like running, an expression. The day will come when you can no longer run or walk. But it's not this day. It's not this day. It's just not this day. So actually, does it matter? It just doesn't. It doesn't matter.
Although if you take a wrong step on the way back, it might.
No, it might. In fact, it only matters so that you appreciate that that day is not this day. It isn't this day. This day, we can do anything we like. We can come to Black Cave.
It's all within our power.
And bears. Bears power. Here we go. Back over the boulder field.
Which way are we heading? Back up to that?
I think we're going high.
Yeah.
Okay, we're saying goodbye to Black Cave.
Yeah,
What time is it now?
It's 1:30.
So that's exactly, we're going to be back exactly on time. We've timed it perfectly. Okay, last look at the Black Cave. There we go.
Bye bye, Black Cave.
Dave the Rave at the Black Cave. Leaving Black Cave. Right. I keep walking about with this phone thinking I'm recording things and I'm not.
I know. Come on.
Right, we're getting a move on because we want to make our deadline. So my funny story, my friend, I'll tell you this funny story. I have started to tell this story, but the camera wasn't on, stupidly. But anyway, here we go again. So, you just keep marching on at a good pace and I'll tell a story. Bear! Come on, dog, we're going up this way. You're not going off the path, go on there. A friend on Facebook, she just posted the day before yesterday, she went on holiday to Italy and she's in her hotel up in the flat and she washes her underwear and her pants and hangs them on the balcony to dry, and then they're all clean and dry, and then she goes back to get them later on and they're not there anymore. And she looks about and she looks down and she finds her pants sitting on the balcony below her, having not fallen on the ground or fallen back into her own balcony, and she can't get them, so she's looking at her own pants. Somebody else is going to come across her pants, which somebody else commented on. At least they were nice and clean, which was a good thing. And then the next day the cleaner goes past pushing a cleaning trolley and her pants are draped over the front of the trolley like a flag, going down the corridor in front of her. And she waits for the cleaner to go into her room and start cleaning it, and I'll leave the trolley for a second, and she nicks the pants off the trolley. Imagine if somebody saw her nicking the pants. and runs off with them. So the cleaner, of course, as far as they're concerned, the phantom pant knicker, or knicker, has struck. And imagine if you get caught doing that. Stealing the pants. Well, that prompted a conversation at the Calmite desk, and we were talking about, because I remember there was somebody in them last years ago, about 40 years ago, who was actually running about taking things off people's washing lines. And but there was one up at Spring Bank in Brodick as well, which I didn't know about. I got told that yesterday. And people were wondering, there was a lady on my street that lost her underwear and stuff, and they were wondering what was happening. And when it all got solved at the end of the day, it turned out it was a dog jumping up and grabbing him. Oh, that's boggy. Oh, ooh, right up to the laces that time. But we're not hanging about, that's the thing. It was a dog. So imagine that. You're wondering who's nicking your stuff. We're just charging straight through this boggy stuff, aren't we? So it's not really getting a chance to... That's our whole technique, isn't it? We're not being careful, we're just being fast. Go on, Bear. There he goes. He's loving it. He's done much better than I thought. What have you carried him for? About 1 minute or something? No.
And that was only just in the height in boulders.
A doggy cam. Go on, Bear. There he goes. There he goes. A lot of seagulls over there. We've seen some swans as well. Very overgrown, isn't it, the sides? But the path's okay. As long as you've got waterproof shoes, this is fine. And we came across a wee turn off up here, didn't we, where you can come a shortcut down from a farm onto this path, which we're going to come on another day. Apparently it's on the Arran Coastal Way, this path. Oh, I'm going to watch this bit. Okay, Bear, good dog. That's the one. So that misses out going along the way along Kilmory Beach and stuff, but that's the nicest part of the walk, really, isn't it? It's really smelly of seaweed here, isn't it?
Very smelly.
I was saying the other day, a few weeks ago, I used to work in a swimming pool. Do you remember me saying, Ian? And I couldn't smell the chlorine anymore because I'm there every day, all day. Come on, Bear. And you become so that you can't smell the chlorine anymore because it just becomes normal air smell. And I was also saying the same thing about the beach. I remember coming on holiday to Arran when I was a teenager, and you could smell the sea and the beach as soon as you got here. I don't normally smell it anymore, but I can smell it today. In a way, that's a nice thing. Yeah, we're going to go this way. And the only reason I'm smelling it, I'll go back to doggy cam again, see what view a dog gets. Go on, Bear. It's because it's so stinky today. There's a lot of seaweed out there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
But at least that means I can still smell it.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. I don't want to be able to not be able to smell it, just because I live here. I wonder how many footsteps Bear's taken on this walk. He's not going to get fat, is he?
Not travel to do with it.
The bear cam is leaping through the grass here. There it goes. Nice wee breeze. Yeah. Oh, that's right, you walked 7k before we came along this walk. Gosh, that's a lot of walking you've done. Go back to doggy cam. Leaping. Kangaroo cam. Kangaroo cam. There we go. Remember how we were talking about the revolving door at work, and I was saying the last time there was a middle-aged intelligent lady that came to the desk and she was saying that she couldn't get out of the building.
Yeah.
It turned out she thought the revolving door was electric and she couldn't work it. She didn't know where the button was. I had to tell her how to push it open. And anyways, oh, that's bad. It's gone badly wrong here, Grampa Fatty.
Badly. No, that way. Bear.
Bear.
Bear. Come on.
Bear. That's it. Boggy. Okay, there's bog there. Well, the other day, somebody came in with a bicycle. And they're not allowed, and they're not meant to bring a bicycle in, but they had, so it's fine. Keep it to the desk. Oh, how'd you get to boat? Right, out that way, out onto the car park. That's fine. They meant to leave the building, took the bike through the revolving door. And of course, or rather attempted to take the bike through the revolving door. Didn't manage. Oh no, that's bad. We're going fast in the boggy bits today, Ian. We're going very fast. That's quite bad. I'm sure we fared much worse. Oh, there's the shortcut up. There's the path. Escape route via Springfield Farm, Black Cave, impassable at high tide. If you get this far along the shore, and it's impassable, you can go up that way and it takes you to the main road. And we haven't been up that way, but we're going to, aren't we? Another time. Not this time, because our cars are at Kilmory Hall. Or, yeah, both our cars are. Oh, yours at your house, yeah. And but we will do that another time. That might be a nice walk down from Springfield Farm. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll have to decide whether we go left or right once we come down, along to Black Cave or just along Kilmory Hall or straight back up. But that's somewhere I've never been before. Never been on that path. Getting a wee drink of water here. The sound of happiness. There we go, jump done. Go on, Bear. Yeah, so the bike gets stuck in the revolving door and needed saved as well. 1,000 curses in them complicated revolving doors. You wonder how these people cope with technology if just a simple door has too much to overcome them. Yeah, that's right, a bus. That's right. Or a self-service at the co-op, which sometimes does flummox me, to be honest. Oh, so determined to get it right and not set the red light off. An assistant is coming. No, I don't need an assistant. I just want my shopping. I am happy to pay for it. Don't send the assistant. I've not done anything wrong. Help me, yes, not admonish me. No. For duffing it badly, as usual. I was standing there and the person beside me got the red light on and he only just started and I went, ah! You only just get started, you get the red light. Look, I'm most of the way through. I've been perfectly behaved. As soon as I said it, my red light went on. No damned reason at all. It's like, we both just stood there like zombies. There we go. Right, I'll turn the camera. So yeah, I reckon those birds that we could hear there were siskins, because I can hear them at my bird table making that crazy little chirp kind of noise. They are noisy. What was the name of the plover? What was the name of the dog that you saw? No, the bird that you saw before? Ring plover, not a golden plover. To correct Grampa Fatty's earlier error, bird error, if I knew what you called a bird watcher. What do you call a bird watcher? A what? A twitcher, okay. Curtain twitcher. So, yes, Grampa Fatty's twitching error of a previous video. It was a golden plover, which I'd never heard of. But you reckon, what was the name it is now? What, the plover? Ringed plover. Ringed plover, that was the one you saw. Yeah. And obviously you know more about birds than I do, so I'd never heard of that. But that's impressive. But two things happened on my bird table this week, even though I've been at work and I've not really seen them very much. I had green chaffinches yesterday, which are big chaffinches, and I had oh no, red poles, that's the name of them. God, I couldn't remember because I never heard of them either. Red poles, and they are the same size as siskins, but red instead of yellow. Well, I've not seen them at all, and a few people I've posted it on Facebook. A few people have said they've seen them, but they only see them very occasionally. They're more common on the east coast, and they fell over. Eddie. Oh, look at that! Oh, oh dear! That'll be good. That was bad big stick there. Bad stick made me fall over in the mud. Muddy knees. Film that. That's staying on. Where was I today? Fell over in the mud in the middle of a story. the stick just got caught right round my leg and it didn't move at all.
Your other leg wouldn't let it.
No, it was just stuck in the ground. That was a funny one. Just shows you. I had a fall.
You fell.
And it didn't even hurt in the slightest. Well, that's what having a fall feels like. I could cope with a few of them. Oh yeah. So red pole, yeah. And I've had them every day since. Well, you get all these different opinions on it, and I'm not a bird expert. Somebody said, because there was a picture of my greenfinch, and then people said, oh, that's nice, you know. And then somebody said, you shouldn't be having a nut feeder out at this time of year in case little birds choke on the nuts. But I've looked up on the internet, of course birds can choke on nuts. But that's the purpose of a nut feeder, is to make sure they only get little bits of nuts out. So now I'm left wondering, am I not meant to be having a nut feeder out or not? Because I'll do the right thing. But I've been two different bits of advice there and I don't really know. So I'll need to work that one out. Just try your best.
Yeah, I mean, you put them out, you know, one person yay, one person nay.
Yeah, like there's different opinions on that. I don't know the answer. I'm just trying to learn. But it's certainly nice to see different varieties of birds that I've not seen before. And I had a woodpecker as well. If you want to know the variety, it was a woody woodpecker, by the way. I can tell you that. That's the noise it made. That's how you. Oh, bear fell over. You make a woody woodpecker noise nowadays and nobody knows what you're talking about, Grampa Fatty. Or Donald Duck. Oh, bear. Bear's scared of Donald Duck. Yep. That's it. Dodgy bits here. Dodgy biscuits. You don't want to have a fall, bear. That's like the least sore fall of my life. It didn't even hurt in the slightest. You just kind of like, just plop. It's like, oh, okay, I'm sitting down, I'm lying down. I just like, it didn't actually, and it's that soft, the ground anyway.
I know.
It's a funny one.
So you do the wink, did I have a fall or did I fall?
Yeah.
When I switched on the...
Oh yeah, you were out and fell as well, yeah. Well, that's the thing, because I also fell when I was running at Glen Rosa and smashed my knee. That was definitely had a fall. I didn't think I'd be able to get back from that. I thought it might be stuck. But that was alright. Well, there's the thing, you don't want to lose your hobby, right? So, for me, I think, like, I can run up and down Glen Rosa. Is it important enough for me to maybe smash my knee off a boulder again? No, it isn't, I think is the answer. The most important thing for me is not to have a fall. So I don't want to be safe the whole time, but I do want to be able to charge about. It's managing the degree of risk.
Yeah.
That was a big accident I had when I absolutely smashed it. And no, that's not worth it. The risk's too big. There's all these other nice places I can go without running over mountains, and that's bad for your knees anyway. So I think I've just decided, really, I already wasn't running up and down Goat Fell anyway, because it's bad for your cartilage, you know. It's the impact on the way down. We said, oh, there's only one path here though. Is there a low path? There's not a single footprint on this. There is a person up there, but that's the only person. This is Kilmory Beach. The sand is so soft. There's bear. Oh yeah, there is one set of footprints over there. 2 sets of footprints. It's an unspoilt, completely unspoilt beach. And yours. To be honest, you've been quite messy and in your journey there, to be honest. I'm not impressed. Look at this. This beach is mobbed. Mobbed with footprints. No, not giving away the secrets. I'm not saying where the beach is. Amazing expanse of sand. Absolutely perfect beach, isn't it? Do you know the funny thing? It's even perfect sand. There's no seaweed or anything on it. It's absolutely perfect. What a beach. Amazing. You wouldn't want to miss this bit out in the walk to the Black Cave. Perfect. And all the way, there's a distillery at the top of the hill there, you can see that. Cleat Shore, that's right. Cleat Shore, the one where you can bathe with no clothes on. You can't see it. The Cleat Shore is not as pretty as this. This is amazing. This would be covered in deck chairs and umbrellas and stuff if it was anywhere else, wouldn't it? Absolutely amazing. A beautiful beach.
I came down here with the bear one morning at about 6:15, 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful sunrise just beginning over there, coming up.
Yeah.
And there was a group of four, 2 lads and 2 lasses, and they set up chairs in a circle.
Are they?
Somewhere down here, somewhere
in the middle of the beach.
In the middle of the beach. They've got all the blankets and stuff. They've got a little stove and everything. And all 4 of them were snoring.
Were they? Fast asleep in the middle of a beach.
In the middle of the beach. I presume they were down here to see the sunrise.
Oh right, sunrise, yeah.
Or the sunset from the night before, but I would imagine it was the sunrise.
And they just fell asleep.
They went to sleep.
So they've come for the sunrise and then fallen asleep after it's risen.
Yeah.
Maybe even been drinking.
I would probably imagine there was an environment or 3 of alcohol involved in it.
So they're just conked out on the beach and the tide hadn't come in. That was the main thing.
No, not at that point.
That's a good thing.
For them.
I wonder if the tide ever did come in while they were still sleeping, or if they managed to wake up in time.
Well, they didn't drown.
No, we would have heard about it. That's right. That's the thing to do, isn't it? Just fall asleep casually on the beach and just stay there, not a care in the world. That is amazing. And we're at the south end, yeah, so it's the south end of Kintyre over there, that's right. Davar Island, that Campbelltown, and on the left, Kintyre. Oh, it's windy. Not cold, but it's windy. Right, I was just saying to Grampa Fatty, I'm looking at camper vans, which a lot of people do at this time of year, and my wee sister's actually cycling around Lewis and Harriston. She's got a tent with her, and it's finding accommodation. You know, summer have accommodation, so I was talking about the camper van and caravans and things. And you were hearing a story about someone who's found the solution for somewhere to live, because my wee sister lives in a barge boat.
Yeah. Oh, this guy, he's got an old narrowboat, and he's took it up this stretch of water. He's dug an inlet out so he could go off the water, parked up his barge, moored up his barge, filled in the ground behind it, and he now lives in it, and he doesn't need planning permission because it's not a house, it's a barge.
It's a barge. An inland barge.
Inland barge.
In its own bit of water, which is sealed off from everything else.
Yeah.
But you don't need planning permission.
No, apparently not.
Because it's in the water.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Might not be any water there now.
Might not be any, might have drained by now.
Yeah.
Might just be sitting there.
Yeah.
Like a caravan. That would be funny.
Yeah.
There we go. So that's the solution for Aaron's housing crisis, possibly.
Not sure what water you'd use for
The tide, you've got to wait for the tide to come in. Fill up
Yeah.
a little lake or an inlet or something.
Yeah. And you get
Put a
wet
boat
feet,
in it.
You get wet feet when it's high tide.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So you can only go home when the tide's out.
Yeah.
There we go. That's that solved. Good. Good work. Okay, so here we go. Now we're talking about how it's 23 degrees in the central belt all weekend, and it is 23 about now.
Yeah.
And we're feeling
lovely.
it, aren't we?
Yeah, it's lovely, but it's because we're walking against the clock a little bit.
Yeah.
We know it's warm.
We're not used to it.
Definitely not here anyway. Not this year.
So the question is, what is the ideal temperature for the likes of us Scots who are used to wind and rain?
I like it clear and round about freezing, so there's frost on the ground.
Clear and round about freezing? For
Beautiful.
you?
Yeah.
I was debating whether, I wouldn't want it any hotter than 23 or whatever this is today. And actually I think we both agreed we'd want it cooler. This is too hot for us, isn't it? We're not used to it.
Yeah. This is when you're doing a walk against the clock.
But I was speaking to somebody who lives abroad and it was 18 degrees and she was saying it's so cold at 18. And but for us 18 degrees is still a hot day, isn't it?
It's beautiful. Cracking temperature.
And actually I'm going to use that as my random example. I think 18, if I had to pick a number, is probably as hot as I'd ever want it to get. Anything 18 or below. What's the perfect temperature for doing things? I'm thinking about 10.
Yeah, depending on what you're doing.
Not freezing. You're not going to overheat in 10. Yeah. You can run about, like we're actually getting we're overheating a little bit today, aren't we?
Yeah. But we are doing it against the clock today, so.
Yeah, I've been walking keeping up a decent pace.
Yeah.
But we're just not used to it, that's what it comes down to. And I had a fall.
Yes. Did you have a fall or did you fall?
I
think you just fell.
I'm not even sure. I
think you were tripped up by a renegade branch.
Nearly twice actually. There's another branch later on nearly got me the same.
Yeah. We've got it in for you today.
Pathetic attempt. If ever there's a proof that I shouldn't be running over surfaces, I mean, so I've run over that path before a couple of times. And I'm thinking, I should act my age, you know. Well, now I'm walking on it and falling over. Never mind running on it.
Don't be acting your age.
Don't act your age.
No.
No.
Act the age that you feel, not the age that you actually are.
That's right. Or be like Sally Teenage Westie. Age just isn't even a consideration. No. She didn't know what age she was at all. I don't even know if she knew she was a dog.
No, well, he doesn't know he's a dog because nobody's told him.
No, but she definitely didn't know that she was an old dog.
No.
She just woke up and was happy, and that was it. So yeah, forget the age thing, that's for sure. You're right about that. Definitely. Okay, so I'm going to go for 10 degrees and you're going to go for what, about 3?
3 or 4, with ice, a bit of frost.
Bit of frost?
Yeah.
Yeah, you loved it when we went up Goat Fell in the snow, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's right, that was quite magical actually. I'm going to say a temperature where I don't need crampons or whatever you call them. Probably I'm going to prefer to be in a temperature that is crampon free environment. Yeah.
They were just spikes, they weren't crampons.
Spikes, yeah, spikes. Okay. That's not crampons.
Definitely not.
These are crampons. Well, that's Grampa Fatty away. Just said goodbye to him. He lives here, so he's just peeled off to the side and gone home. And I'm just going down this last little bit of path that takes me down to Kilmory Hall, where the car is. It's a nice wee shortcut, it just goes down the side of the main road. And I'm really glad that we came out. We've kept up a good pace. Grampa Fatty's fitness was absolutely fine, and he's already been walking for a couple of hours before that with Bear when they went for the dog walk. So literally he's been walking right up until now, since he woke up, like all morning. And we did about 12 or 13k there, some of it on kind of difficult terrain as well. So he's done really well. Certainly can't do any harm getting out walking, and I think that's the thing I'm trying to say here. You've got to keep moving. Even when I was talking before about arthritis, I'll show you can see the road there if I put this high enough. The other thing about arthritis or just staying active is to stay active, actually to stay active, just keep moving. Pushes all nutrients through the joints, keeps your muscles strong, you know, stops things from seizing up. Gosh, this is gorgeous, look at this. There's a little shortcut path. There's the hall, and the school's there, and the hall's right beside those buildings there. This is beside the main road. Just gorgeous. And actually, that's where the old school used to be, just there. Beautiful. Yeah. So we'll finish the walk with that advice. Hopefully you'll get out walking nice places like this. I'm going home for my lunch. I'm going to eat my lunch with a clean conscience. I know I've been for a good walk. I don't know if I'll go for a run or not later. This probably counts as exercise in its own enough. So it's up to me if I go for a half-hour run later or not, but the point is I've done some exercise and I do feel good. My spirits are lifted. I've enjoyed myself. I can still smell that wild garlic here. Can't see it, but I can smell it. So the flowers have died down, but the wild garlic's still here. Very definitely. I'm just really glad we got out. And this time of year, May, on Arran, just the best time of year. It always comes up trumps. I'm not surprised at the weekend forecast because May is just the best time. May and June. So, yeah, Grampa Fatty said we're going to get out walking again as soon as we can. Fingers crossed, next time we've got a day off basically together and we're both on the island. But it was certainly a good idea to get out today. It was good to see Grampa Fatty so fit as well. Here we are, back at the main road. So that was a little shortcut that took me past here. And that's the end of my walk there where my car is. And the little shop as well. And just down there is the Lag Hotel. Dave the Rave from Black Cave. Over now, cheers.